Apparently, he was discriminated against, and I'm not happy about that. So let's hear what.
So this is why I'm getting shut down. So I want to show you. This is the Port of San Diego. This is Port of San Diego. This is not the city. So Port of San Diego, you see how you have these green markings? So green marking is for like information with tables, passing out flyers, community outreach, stuff like that, right? So like for example, if you ever come down to the Port of San Diego or Seaport Village, you might see people like preaching God and like giving out flyers. That's like things you can do is passing out information and flyers and stuff like that. All right, so this is the first day, but before I go to that, I did enter a raffle drawing in November for the Port of San Diego, which they had over 305 applicants. So basically what they did was they selected, I believe it was like 45 to 50 vendors. They did a random drawing. Then they selected another 35 for standby. And then for the rest of the people that didn't get picked, then they gave us an email, which was like to, I think, City Heights or something like that. And then
And what he's talking about is just trying to be a part of a community where you can produce business and make money legally through all the legal standards that you can possibly imagine here in the United States of America. And this is California. And we are in the United States of America, the land of the free. But it seems more so like we're in the land of the fee. All my brother is trying to do is set up a business for him to make money, and he pays his dues to the government and pays the taxes that he needs to pay. But why is it easier to sell drugs on the corner than it is to set up shop in a complex that he was told he was able to and sell prints, long lasting memories? Let's continue.
therefore you would email them, get in contact with them, and then see if they had places where you can go set up shop, give you information on farmer markets and events like that, right? So I got to set up a meeting after the
Hmm.
drawing. The lottery drawing was November, so that was for 2026. So now I have to wait to next year for 2027. But yo, we're not giving up. But anyway, I did my little email. They
For the
emailed me
raffle,
back a
yeah.
couple days later, and they set up an appointment for me to come in there and talk to them about my business, how they can help me outreach, how to get more clients and stuff like that, right?
Okay, so if you want to read that or listen to what I have to say, so what he was talking about, it's hard to understand why a county or anyone would want to hold anyone back from producing business and doing the most meager things. Yes, I understand we have to go through paperwork, and I understand. I get it. I understand the principle of the matter. If someone comes with a food truck and they wanted to poison the public, and because the government didn't do their job, or the regulators, state government, local government, not federal government, but if the local government needed to do their job to make sure that this guy is not going to poison the public, that he's following all the proper procedures that it takes to open up a food truck, etc. I get it. I get it. Regulate the hell out of them. You don't want these people to make a decision that they could have made in their other country that they came from, and where they're coming to make that decision here, and it causes a lot of people to be sick. For instance, peanut butter. I love peanut butter. That's how I can get great protein and it tastes delicious, but it might kill someone else. So you have to understand, or just peanuts in general, or nuts. You have to understand the population of what you're dealing with. Make sure that you're following the regulations so you don't kill someone with a sandwich that had nothing to do with what they ordered, but there was cross contamination. I completely understand that. But we're talking about printing metal prints, Printing metal, it's not going to hurt anyone. Okay, you wanted the gas off of the sure or the sure of the lot. I understand that. All he did was bring electric, and you're still giving him a hard time. So it's just like you're giving people a hard time to produce business, but you want them to do it legally. We can do business legally, but you're making it almost impossible to do business. Let's continue.
So this was the email after we did man, I was in there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours telling them what I was doing. And basically she wrote me back, said, "Hi Rashad, it was lovely meeting you today and learning about your entrepreneurship journey. As mentioned, due to your business in the arts, you may set up in the expressive space, which is that green area I was showing y'all in the beginning, at the Port of San Diego. So with the green, it's first come, first serve. So basically she was like, yo, as long as you get there first, that's your slot." And then basically in the email, she's saying, to ensure that you are formally set up as a business, please focus on the next steps, which is other things in the email that we already took care of. Now,
Okay, so like even with that being said, first come, first serve. There's no one there. He's showing a complete empty line of parking spots where people could come and be entrepreneurs and work for themselves and do what they do, but there's no one there. Look ahead, look at it. There's no one there. Why? Because they're either, you cannot blame incompetence on this, right? You can say, oh, people are just incompetent to go and get a business license and do the thing the right way. But no, you guys are making it impossible to do business. You're treating every business the same. If someone wants to go out there and draw pictures of people's faces, you are making it impossible for them to do that by all these regulations, by saying, oh, it could be mass production, because if you're painting people's faces at 10 minutes per client, you're mass producing because now you're just, who gives a fuck? They're making money. They're going to pay the money it takes to be there according to the taxes statute. You have cops that are depending on taxes to come there and tell people what they can and cannot do. But then again, you're having the police officers come out there that are tax funded and telling people that are contributing to the tax fund that they get paid off of to go fuck off because they don't have the proper license to do what? Sell a picture, draw a picture. They're not frying chicken. They're not, uh, um, you know, fucking wielding or building weapons of mass destruction. And I'm just talking about an armory where it's causing so much smoke or a barbecue. Like, this is just absolutely retarded for the people who are enforcing laws that are keeping vendors off of the streets instead of encouraging them to be on the streets. You're not encouraging one of my best friends to go out there to produce business and contribute to your society that depends on taxes. Because if it wasn't for taxes, you're not private security. You are getting paid by the city. You're not private security. You're not private security for the port. You are paid by the taxes that come in from the port. I'm just not understanding.
Now, the following day, I went out there. I set up shop, as y'all can see, got everything displayed. And the cop came. The Port of San Diego was like, yo, you can't set up. You have a gas generator, which I didn't know. But it's always good. You learn something new every day. So he was like, basically, you can't operate that with the gas generator on the, obviously, I'm like on the pier or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. So he was mad cool. We chopped it up for like an hour. Like, he was just talking for an hour. And he said that, yo, you can come back with an electric generator as long as it's electric and you can set up and, you know, do your thing. I pretty much told him what I was doing. and he was interested in what I was doing. He was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. Like, I never seen this done." So this was the generator. I ended up buying a generator because
That was
I
a
need it
gas
for my
one.
business, right?
Yeah.
So this was the generator with gas, and he was like, "Yo, you can't use that, but you can get electric." So the following week, I rested. It was my birthday weekend, and then I ended up renting a electric generator for today, right? So boom, I found me an electric generator, which I sold my gas one this weekend, which I was like, damn, I wish I would have kept it. But this is what we picked up. All right, fast forward to the second week. So this is on a Monday. I got shut down last week on a Monday. So they came out. Bro, I was...
Two officers, one on the phone, the other one holding the inside of his breastises, whatever. These two officers are probably like, "Oh my God, we got one. We have to stop this crime from happening. Someone is trying to sell metal prints on it's illegal. It's illegal to do that here. You better watch yourself, mister. You cannot sell prints here because what? Is it harming anyone? No, that's not the point. What's the point? There are rules. What's the rules? Because the way I see it, there's no one else here posted up. If anything, I'm going to be contributing to the tax community that you get paid by. It doesn't matter. I'm going to call my superior right now.
set up for maybe like
Like,
15
these
minutes.
people
I
are
got
nuts.
everything set up, ready to go. Which I was doing an order because I had 6 orders that came in like that. So I'm setting up, and then this lady pulled up with the other guy, and they pretty much shut me down and was like, "Yo, you can't set up here. You're selling prints, and what you're selling prints, you have mass production."
Oh.
So basically, what she was telling
Mass production, because he's sitting there like producing license plates for the government, right? Just fucking boom, just like mass production. My my homie could maybe sell about 30 to 40 prints within 10 hours a piece. It doesn't matter. It's not that he cannot produce more than that. With the business structure, he's maybe gonna print about 20 to 30 prints in that day. Mass production, 20 to 30 prints within 10 to 20 minutes, that's mass production. But these people are so petty and pathetic. They have nothing else to do. I swear to you, like, what is the point of a police force here if all they're doing is coming after people who are being legitimate about their business, bro? You're not even chasing down drug dealers. You're chasing, or pimps and all this other bullshit. You're looking for people that are illegally selling items, which he's legal to do. There's just one piece of paperwork that he doesn't have. But what's illegal about printing metal prints from your most precious memories to give to you in your fucking hand, for you to give the person money that's selling it, for the person to take a percentage of that and give it to the government, which you get paid for?
me that I'm printing more than one print, and that's production. So you need a vendor license and all that, right? So I was like, okay. And then at the end of the day, she was like, "Yo, you got to shut it down and leave." So after getting shut down for the second day, we learned a lot. But hey, on both ends, not everyone knew the right information. It was like information was all over the place, which, hey, we all here to learn at the same time. And I'm not mad at nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's all a learning experience. So I know next year for 2027, we just got to apply again. I hope we get it for 2027. But until then, we'll be at Kobe swap meets on Friday and Saturday. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, I can't be mad at nobody. But, hey, at least I came out here. I tried. I did what I could do. But at the end of the day, I just got to follow the rules and regulations, which
That's right.
it was crazy because one of the vendors next to me was like, "Yeah, they leave after 5 o'clock, so you can come back Man, I'm not doing all
No.
that and then
Yep.
risking my business. You know, like
Nope.
I'm an official business. I have a LLC. I have an EIN number, so I have to I have to protect that name at the end of the day. Like I'm not trying to sugarcoat or cut corners just to sell prints. So at the end of the day, man, I want to say salute to everyone that's been buying prints, buying hoodies and stuff like that. But I had to make this video finally to break it down like why I was getting shut down. So the gas generator, that was a no go, and then the electric generator, it was good, which I ended up showing them the picture of the guy that I was talking to, and they're gonna get back to him and tell him that for next time if someone out here doing something like that, then they can't. So at the end of the day, man, we're not giving up, man. Salty sailors, we never sink, we stay afloat. All right, man, I'm out.
And that's crazy. You have people complaining about black people all in America. Oh my God, they're just like destructive. They don't do anything great. You have this dude sitting here, which is one of my best friends, if not my best friend, sitting here trying to make money, doing shit legitimate, doing all the paperwork. There's a misunderstanding. Obviously, from one cop to the next, there was a huge misunderstanding because no one, they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. They stopped him from selling prints. From you going up to him and saying, I just took this picture next to a fucking rare frog. Can you print it on metal? And, the cops are like, no, you cannot do that. How dare you try to put a print out? It's fucking crazy. Like, you gotta really think about this shit. And I'm done talking about it.